Super bad Vlad Panin back with us, man. How you doing, brother?
Yes, sir. I'm doing well. How are you doing, man?
Good, good, man. Chinga, since the last time we talked, brother,
Hmm.
you had that outstanding win. I think I talked to you a week before that. How you feeling,
Yeah.
man? I mean, I know you've probably talked about it a million times, but here I am asking you about it again. How was that feeling on the boardwalk, man?
No, I'm feeling good, man. I mean, it was a great show. Shout out to Fight Book. Um, it was dope to fight on the pier. I've never had anything like that before. Like it was an outdoor venue. And I'm warming up and I see like the ocean line, like the water right there, the beach. Um, it was a really cool event, so I'm thankful to have had an opportunity on that show. And I'm really happy I got a good knockout, first round knockout, good performance. So yeah, now we're just lining up for a new date before the end of the year. Because I don't know if I told you, I signed with TKO and Zuffa. So
You know what, man? You are the second person in a row that I've interviewed. I interviewed a gentleman yesterday.
oh
Uh,
really?
yeah, DeMichael Harris, man, real cool guy.
Oh no way. Oh
Yeah, I
no,
interviewed
dope.
him yesterday. He signed with TKO as well. Asked him a
Nice.
whole bunch of questions he couldn't answer because.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
But hey, what networks are you going to be on? Are you going to be on this channel? Are you going to be on this channel? What are the contracts like? Were you worried about everything? But all the rumors
Man,
around, oh, they're going to rob you, this and that, and
The
you know,
the thing is the thing is we still don't even know. Like I just know once the league launches, like we're good. We're gonna be on Paramount Plus, which like is gonna be amazing because it's like, I mean, all of a sudden, like I'm gonna have with this league like the biggest platform in all of boxing because even like the legacy promoters like Top Rank, like they don't have ESPN anymore. And Showtime cut out boxing, HBO cut out boxing a long time ago. So it's like, DAZN's really the only one kind of carrying these fights. But to a regular person, DAZN, like a lot of people still don't even know about DAZN. And then it's like, what average person is going to pay $30 a month plus pay for all these pay-per-views, you know? And now I just saw they're launching like an ultimate membership, which is going to include these pay-per-views, but like, I don't know what that's gonna be. It's like, are people gonna pay like $500 for the year or something? Like it. So I think Paramount's cool because they just did that big deal with the UFC, and you're gonna get that entire fan base to cross over, right? Because it's like before you had to have an ESPN Plus subscription and you had to pay for the UFCs. Now you're gonna get all these boxing fights, all these UFC fights, and all you have to do is pay what like $10 a month to Paramount. So I think it's really good. It's gonna bring definitely more eyeballs to the sport. I don't know like how they're gonna run it. There's still a lot of things that like they have to sort out. But in terms of like having a platform and like having like a chance to get like real good exposure now, like I think you know I'm I'm just blessed to finally have a platform now. So I'm excited.
that's badass, man. And
Yeah,
were you worried at
definitely.
all? I mean, all the rumors, Muhammad Ali Act, and they're coming to get you, and you
No, because at the
know,
end of the day,
head on.
like, yeah, yeah. No, I know there's a lot of like speculation and like people are putting their own opinions on it, but from what I hear, from what Dana has said, like, they're not trying to change it. They're basically just they're not changing the Muhammad Ali Act. They're just making an amendment to it so that
Yeah,
instead of just having like the four sanctioning bodies, right? Like the WBO, WBA, WBC, IBF, they're basically just allowing they're just making an amendment so like a new player can come into boxing, right? And like, I mean, it's just like, there's other leagues within MMA. Like there's like Bellator. People are still making good money with Bellator. There used to be like Pride. There's different ones like Ryzen in Japan and stuff like that. So I think the more opportunities there are for fighters like us, like the better, right? Because it's like, well, boxing, it's tough because there's not much between like $10,000 a fight to like a million, $500,000 a fight, right? And like I've seen people that have jumped up. Like there's a former champion. Like I don't know if I'm allowed to say who it is, but like I've heard the story that, he was making $10,000 a fight. Then he won a world title. He made $1 million when he was a world champion. Then he lost again. Then he went from $1 million a fight back to $10,000. Then he won again. So then he went back up to 1 million. But it's like, man, could you imagine like working so hard, right? And then you finally get to $1 million payday. And then, you know, shit goes south, like you lose. And then you gotta get up and make, fight for $10,000 again. I'm just like, oh man, like that will suck, so I
That would
get
be.
the whole financial thing because like even for me, like I've been in a position where like, I'm high risk, low reward. So I haven't been able to get the big fights yet because it's like, and like I understand it to a certain point, it's like you work so hard in your career to get to this like $1 million position, right? And then like
Yeah.
you go and fight a guy like me and I beat you and then you're back to what making like $50,000 a fight, it's a big risk. So um I understand why people, you know, want to be careful about who they choose to step in the ring with and stuff. And it's a business at the end of the day. But with this league, I'm just thankful now because it's like now everyone's gonna fight everyone. There's gonna be like a ranking system. Um, is there still gonna be bias? I'm sure. It's a promotion. Any promotion is gonna have, the guys that they look out for and stuff. So I mean, things are always kind of gonna be like what they are, but as long as I have an opportunity to become a standout in this league and like, like put myself up there because, that's what they're talking about is like you win you win sorry man, I can't talk. You win the belt, the Zuffa belt, and then you have a springboard into like the Ring Magazine belt and fight on Riyadh season. And that's where you can make like the real money, the millions, So that's kind of the goal, man, is like become a star in this league and then go and clean up the other belts.
So
So
you can be springboarded to fight for the
yeah.
magazine belt, which has been around since I believe the 1920s or something.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's good, man. And it's a very special belt. I mean, they used to Ring Magazine. The Ring Magazine champion was always held in high regard. Um,
Yeah.
and what about the other organizations? They don't get to you don't get to fight for any other belt, the green belt or WBO.
Um, from what I understand with my contract is like I have the league, right? But it's kind of like any other promoter, right? To where you can still fight like if you're with Top Rank, right? And you get offered to fight um say like on PBC or like some other thing, you can still take that fight, but you just pay like a percentage to your promoter.
Mhm.
So if you're fighting outside of the promotion, you just owe your promoter a percentage, which like, I don't think is bad because it's like if I can become a name and a star in this league and then I can still go get a WBC belt, I can still go fight on
That's
PBC.
awesome.
Yeah. I can still go fight with Top Rank. I can still go fight with Turkey in Riyadh season. It's like the more opportunities the better. And I think they're just trying to push the sport forward. And it's like a lot of people hate with like what the YouTubers and like Jake Paul and doing and stuff, but that's like at the end of the day, it's like he's getting these women paid, he's putting on good talent on the undercards and stuff. So more opportunities I think is always going to be better. More eyes, more visibility, like more attention.
Yeah,
It's like I'm not saying like he's gonna go and beat Usyk, but I'm sure that's still a fight people would want to see, or Jake and whoever. You don't
yeah,
have to support it, but don't be mad at the fighters that are gonna take advantage of the opportunity to like get more eyeballs on them. So that's kind of how I see it.
yeah.
Putazos y pendejadas.